Hey folks, Caius2922 here with you today in the fishing simulator, and we are going to hunt Moby the whale here. I'm not a big simulator game guy, but this one I like. Some of the other ones I've tried, the graphics, the neon colors are just nauseating on some of them. Can't even look at the screen, but this game far less egregious, much easier on the eyes for me, and it's a pretty chill game. You're not like constantly under duress like with something like Zombie Rush. You can kind of kick it with your friends and just chat and take it easy. So the first thing we need to do is get a key from an orca. We're here at Port Jackson, and over in this area here, between the port and Shadow Isles and Watchers Bay, that's usually where you can find the orcas. My screen is not quite centered, so that's why I like to use this jet ski. That way whenever I go in first person, I don't have a big windshield in my face kind of obscuring things. And use this little compass here to tell you where the sea creatures are. And the spear that I have, it's the top end spear. I spent a lot of gems on it, but it takes these guys out with just one hit. And I already have the key, but I still wanted to at least demonstrate, where to find them. And one tip: the orcas come at you really fast. That's how you can tell if it's an orca that's coming at you. The sharks will be quite a bit slower before they finally breach out of the water. So we are heading over to Monster's Burrow, which is where Moby resides. And it's on the other side of the map here, which I will show you. It's right down here. So we head over there. And once we get over here, you will see that it is very foggy, pretty eerie looking. But this is an area I'm pretty sure you can access this from the first time you play. Other islands you need to get to a certain level before you can unlock them. But this one I'm pretty sure you can get over here early on. My friend Sweet TB, who is in this server, turned me onto this game and took me over here. I want to say pretty early on, so I don't think it took. I'm pretty sure you're able to get over here right away. If not, I apologize. So, you will need to equip the key, and I usually don't use this little hotspot indicator that you can use when you're fishing to tell you where like the more rare fish are. And the key, I always lock them so I don't accidentally sell them. So we'll get the key into position and equip it, and then you just go up to this little gate here, and I'm using a laptop, so for me I have to hold down the E button and it will open. You go inside, and there's this other sort of device in here, and you trigger it by holding down E for me, and the earth shakes and Moby is loose, and so head back down to the dock. My jet ski despawned, so I'll get another one going here and head on out. Now Moby only does a few different little moves, but don't be deceived. You would think he would have the turning radius of a 747 or something like that, but he will dive down and turn around like on a dime and blast you out of the water if you're not careful, or just swallow you up. So I managed to avoid it this game, but it happens pretty often. So he will breach, and you'll have a moment there where you can hit him pretty easily, and then he'll start to dive, and you can usually get him again. You can usually get 2 good hits in every time he breaches. And it depends on what spear you have. There's maybe 10, maybe a dozen different ones that you work your way up to, and you get a different amount of XP depending on which spear you have. So you can always hear him, and you can tell how close he is if you don't see him whenever you hear him breach, because it makes a pretty big splash. So yeah, the sound on this game is pretty cool. Pulling over here, I just want to make sure that I have the volume all the way up so everyone can hear everything that's going on, because he makes a lot of noise. And we're good. You can also kind of hang out over in here and try to draw him over to sort of beach himself on the rocks, which makes it a little bit easier since he's a little more of a stationary target that way. In fact, that's something that TB and I do a lot. I've been playing with Kit Kat, who's in this game, in this server. Ooh, I think something got launched over there. And she likes to ride around and get him. So I've been getting a little better at that. Normally, I stand over on the rocks and just get him from there while I'm standing. But this is fun too. And the jet ski is one of the faster vehicles on here. It tops out, I think, at 125 miles per hour. The other two boats that you see going around are the lamb boats, and those go, I have one, I don't use it as much, it goes, I think, 190 miles per hour. You have to upgrade the speed. But one of the things that's really cool about this game is they do a lot of events, and it seems like once or twice a month there's like a double XP event going on that goes on for a couple of days. So leveling up is pretty easy on this game, and I at this point have most of the stuff I want, but I didn't ever really have a good rod. Oh, I'm glad he's doing this here. This is kind of a glitch. Normally he would be sending tidal waves at you when he's spinning like this, but it's too shallow over here, I think is what the problem is. So it's not happening, but he will do it eventually. But if it seems like he's stuck doing something like that, or maybe he's underwater in the rocks, it seems like he might get stuck. If you just pull back out further into the ocean, you can draw him back out there, because there's times when he'll get glitched underneath, he'll get stuck in the rocks down there, and eventually he'll just go back into his little cave, and then you kind of lose out after, because geez, there we go. Can usually get a key fairly easily, but sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to kill, 50 orcas before you finally get a key, so you want to get the most out of it every time you use one. So yeah, when your boat gets damaged, you can just use the gems there, and 10 gems will restore the health of your boat or your jet ski, whatever you happen to be using. Some pretty cool ships on this. There's like a Viking ship, and there's a houseboat, and all kinds of things. So I'm pretty sure that all of us, Alexis is in this game too. She happens to be related to TB. I think we're all using the same spear, so we've done a lot of damage. He is very wave happy in this one. They're not too hard to outrun as long as you have a fast enough boat, and you can just kind of maneuver your way in between them as well. So let's see where we are here. We are, I'm pretty sure, going to get towards morning. You can see the moon is dropping over there, so that'll make it a little bit less, well, actually a lot less foggy once that happens, once the sun comes up. Yeah, like I said, I think I was trying to draw him over towards the rocks to get him beached up there just to demonstrate that, but I'll have to do that in another video sometime. I actually, well, I don't love it, but whenever he happens to knock you off, knock you into the sky, which sometimes he blasts you up there so hard that you're up there for like 10 seconds just hanging before you finally come down, and then you hit the water and you go all the way to the bottom of the ocean, and it's funny, and then you have to try to make your way back to land, or hopefully maybe somebody on a boat can come and pick you up. I always close my chat box because having to use the cursor like this, there's so many different things on the screen, it's easy to accidentally hit something and misfire or whatever, and then you end up in his mouth getting gobbled up. So yeah, he's about to go down here. He will make a really loud groan, and there we go. Turn over on his side. He will disappear, and he'll leave you a few things, a tail, a head, a heart. I got a heart and I think a couple of heads here, or meat as well. And if you go back to port, there's a little tavern there. It's Reagan's Tavern. I'm heading back there now. And you can sell the whale meat for, I think he gives you 50 gems, so it's definitely worth doing. And also, he doesn't offer it this time, but he does offer, he offers me some gems for orca meat, and since I killed those few orcas to start the video, I happen to have some, so I think I end up getting 15 gems for that. So that's definitely something to remember. I forgot about it. I did it when I first started the game, then I actually forgot it was a thing until very recently. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. I will do another video, and maybe I'll try to let him beat me up a little bit more so you can see what that looks like. I've got my Exploited shirt on. This is kind of funny. I was playing in Zombie Rush and somebody thought that meant I was an exploiter. It's a punk band from the 80s, a British band. A little rough. I don't know. Death Before Dishonor might be the album to start with there if you want to check it out. So, yeah, thanks for watching. See you again soon.